Hi, my name is Benita and this is the People's Bank. This segment is called How is Business? How is Business is basically a program where we talk with young CEOs and business owners and try to get their experiences firsthand how it is running a business. So on today's episode, we have a very interesting guest with us and I will let him do the honors of introducing himself.
Belisa, thank you very much for having me. I appreciate the opportunity. My name is Caleb Nicholas Echoga. Um, my friends call me Caleb or Nicholas. Either is fine. Um, I'm a lawyer and I own my own law firm.
Oh,
Yes. So
oh.
I think that pretty much sums up my personality.
So not only is he a lawyer, he owns his own law firm. So tell us about your law firm. What's it called? How did it start?
Okay. I started my law firm so my law firm is called Chairfield Law Practice. My office is at Zone 3, UC. I started a law firm in March. Started in March 2022, that's last year. Prior to establishing my law firm, I had worked in another law firm. I had worked for a senior advocate of Nigeria. I had worked with him for about a year and 8 months thereabout. But I felt I had maxed out. I had actually maxed out the kind of experiences that I wanted. I had gotten the things I needed to learn. I believe I had learned them. I ticked all of the boxes. So, having done all of that, I felt, come on, how hard can this be? I can do this myself. Uh, it was pretty much all the motivation I needed to come out and do my own stuff.
So at what age did you start Chairfield?
So I'm 26 now.
Mhm.
Started Chairfield last year, so I was actually 26 now. Yeah, started Chairfield at 25. Yes.
25. Okay, so of course, starting something new is always challenging. So how difficult was it to kickstart Chairfield?
Well, I've always been a business-oriented person, so I pretty much feel it wasn't difficult to start per se because it's not the first time I'm actually doing a business. Because the truth is, law practice is actually a business. While I was in university, I used to sell. There was this craze for vintage shirts. My university, I attended Afeba Balola University, private university, and I pretty much capitalized on the fact that you could sell things more at higher rates there. So I could I was able to get those shirts cheaper prices and sell higher prices. And besides that, I'm also a writer. I write professionally. So kickstarting my law firm was not a problem because the idea of having to start a business isn't new to me, so it was very natural.
Okay, so obviously it wouldn't be the same as selling vintage or writing professionally.
I think it's the same.
Oh.
The same in the sense that the lessons or the principles that you apply in any business, I believe you can pretty much copy and paste to a large extent. So, selling shirts, for instance, when I used to sell shirts, I had to be able to market those shirts. I had at the time I had a functional Instagram page. Um, I was able to give guarantees to people that my shirts are not just pricey, but they are quality shirts. I had to market them. But I believe it's still the same thing with me as a lawyer. I have to be able to market myself. People have to. So the thing is, when people see a young lawyer, it's, when did this one come out of law school? This one is a jamb lawyer. Somebody called me a jamb lawyer one time. And then I laughed. And then I'm like, let's get to court first and do what we need to do. We know whether I'm a jamb lawyer or not. So, of course, from previous businesses, I knew I needed to be able to market myself. That's number one. Number two, people need to be able to trust you. It's very, very important. If you say you're going to do A, you should stick by it. So if I tell you I'm going to get this shirt ready for you, delivered to you, today, um, expect them today. It's pretty much the same thing when I tell a client, oh, I should be able to do this, we should be able to win, we should be able to get this done, we should be able to get those documents reviewed for you, but then stick to it. And the moment people can trust you, it's in Africa, Nigerian parlance, we say Najas. The word of mouth. Is very, very important for any business. So your reputation basically precedes you. So yes, I think it's, in summary, I think it's
The same principles
same
of
thing.
business.
Yes.
So I'm glad you talked about marketing. How did you market yourself at first? How did you get your first client?
Okay, my first client. So the thing about when you say first client, okay, I'll just go with the easiest interpretation. That's the first person I actually provided a legal service with. So I actually had my first client before I was called to bar. That was 2009. I was called to bar in 2019, November of 2019. But I had that client, or I did that transaction. Obviously, I couldn't do the transaction per se, but of course, I brought the brief, as lawyers called it, to a law firm that did it. It was a church member. I wanted to buy property in Kaduna. He reached out to me and I know you'll soon be called to bar. I want to buy property. And I'm like, okay, that's fine. There's some due diligence that needs to be done. Due diligence in the sense that you need to verify that that land is actually genuine, or the person's saying that they own the land actually own that land. So, of course, I followed him to the house of the supposed owner of the property. We even went to the house of the chief, of the area, and confirmed all of that. I got all of that information, and of course, with all of that information, I informed the law firm, and then what was pretty much left to do was paperwork, and prepared paperwork. And yeah, that was actually my first client. But starting off Chairfield, I think a major client I've gotten. When I say major, it's because I have a retainership with them. So as opposed to one of work in the sense that a person meets you to say, can you incorporate a company for me? Can you register a company for me? Or can you conduct due diligence on the property for me? That's one of work. It's different from when you are a lawyer for a company. You're in charge of everything that concerns that company. Their paperwork, contracts, due diligence, having to go to court for them. That particular one I got that retainership at about 3 months after I started Chairfield. Recommendation came from somebody I had worked with.
Okay.
And of course, that person had worked with several other people, several other lawyers, but she definitely was confident in the fact that of all of the lawyers I've worked with, I believe this person
can
handle this. And that's how I got the recommendation. I met with the company, had a conversation. Within 2-3 weeks, we were done. I became their external solicitor, as a lawyer for the company. And so for me, that's how marketing works. When you're able to show, by your actions, you're able to show that you're a reliable person, you're a trustworthy person. I don't think anybody would have recommended me to anybody if I was a horrible person, if I couldn't keep to my word and all of that. And it was based on that. So, like I said, it's like there's a domino effect to these things. So with that company, I was recommended by that same company, to another company in a similar line of business. They are into real estate, So from one recommendation, I got a retainership. From that one, I got another one. So these are just two of the 4 companies that I am a lawyer too, and everything has pretty much been based on, my reputation and all of that, and that's pretty much how I market myself. Yeah.
So most of the job you have now is from referrals.
Referrals, yes. But of course, I cannot rely on referrals alone.
Yes.
There has to be some aggressive approach to it too. There's a place for that, and I think that's where it behooves on your capacity to be able to interact with people. So people say they want to do business, and you're not ready to mix, you're not ready to socialize with people, you're not ready to talk, you're not ready to engage. So you find out, you see people say they play golf every other weekend. I assure you, when you go to a golf course, 70% of the time, they're not talking about golf. They are talking about, so somebody told me one crazy thing one time. He said, if a bomb was to be, so I don't mean this in any, this is completely a joke. It was like, if a bomb is to be dropped at IBB Golf Club, that to collapse so many businesses and so many things in Nigeria today as we know it. Why? Because there are a lot of transactions that go on there, people network, people do all of those things. So back to what I was saying, you have to talk to people. And I talk to people constantly, I engage with people, speak with them, and from those conversations, I'm like, oh, you're a lawyer, oh, okay, I need this done, and boom. Sometimes it will involve you having to go stay out late in the night, you have to go for parties, not because I want to party or anything, but well, I might as well just have fun and do business at the same time. So that's how I see it.
Okay, that's cool. So Chairfield, what's the story behind it?
Okay, so Chairfield is something. I have a partner, by the way. I have a partner. It's something we decided. We had a bunch of ideas as to how we wanted to run our law practices. Our law practice differently. There is this law firms are notorious for having seniors or owners of law firms that that do not believe in paying their employees so well. Lawyers are poorly paid. I can say it anywhere. It's something we keep clamoring for. Every new let's say government or regime tenure or any NBA president is what young lawyers keep asking for. We need better remuneration, we are professionals, we need to be paid better. So he and I got talking a lot, and we decided that, why don't we do our own thing that is different? And we had some ideas around actual regular law practice. We had some ideas around tech in relation to law practice, and those were the things that actually made us decide that we were going to have our own law firm. And yeah, that's pretty much what bettered Chairfield Law Practice.
So why the name Chairfield?
So to be honest, we didn't give too much thought into the name, because the conventional thing is, if my name is, so his name is John, our partner's name is John, and my name is Caleb. The conventional thing is, when you see law firms, you probably have
John and Caleb.
Yes, or our surnames, so probably the Echoga and Oladipo, Same way you have, bigger law firm, Banwo and Igbodalu, those kind of things. But we're just like, we need to just register something, and it was just, I think I was on the phone, or either he or I was on the phone, and just picked up good names to use for stuff, and Che came out as a Hebrew name that meant fruitful. And then, okay, this makes sense. So why don't we just Hebrew and English, Chairfield?
Fruitful field.
Fruitful field, yes. So, that's
Okay. So, quick question. Can Chairfield help me get away with murder?
Can it help?
Yeah. Okay. I'll take that as a no. So,
No. Help you get away with murder. Now, when you say get away with murder, the thing is, even if it's Satan, that comes from hell. Like, so I'm speaking for myself as a lawyer. Like, I can like see the ground actually open, and I see the devil himself rise up. As long as he's rising up in Nigeria, the ground is opening in Nigeria, and the devil himself is coming up. The thing is, what the law says is there's a presumption of innocence for everybody, and that presumption of innocence, unless it is reported, you are innocent until proven guilty. My younger self, what I've told myself, you're going to do great things. Just keep working hard. Just stay the course. Just work hard. The harder you work, the luckier you get. People want to push aside hard work and just look for people say what they call miracles is when preparation meets opportunity. I don't like sounding this inspirational talks and all of that. But one thing I know is the harder you work, the luckier you get. Opportunities will always present themselves. So that's what I'll tell my younger self. Work harder. Anything you feel you can do it. Grind harder. And try and be the best anywhere you go. That's what I'll tell myself.
So finally, describe yourself in 2 words. How would you describe yourself?
That's always a hard question. I was hoping this question would not be asked. Because all I know how to tell people is that I'm a lawyer and I like business and I like money. Describe myself in 2 words. I believe I am a reliable person. I believe I'm a reliable person. Can I say I'm a reliable person twice? Yes. I'm a reliable person. I think that's my biggest trait. Yes. You can count on me too. If I promise you. And don't tell me I'll be saying, stupid boy that was supposed to have come here since he has been come and all of that. I'm here now. That's
it should count.
I'm here now. I'm a reliable person, and I show up for my friends. I show up for people. Yes.
Okay, so we've come to the end of this
Thank you very much, Vanessa. I enjoyed every second.
It was nice having you.
Thank you.
So thank you once again, Reliable Nick, for doing this with us, for taking time out of your schedule to be here and to answer our questions.
I wouldn't have missed it for the world.
Alright guys, we've come to the end of this episode of How is Business. We hope you learned 1 or 2 things on how to run your own business. Please like this video if you enjoyed it and share with your friends. Also, subscribe to this channel and hit the notification bell when you do so you are notified every time we post a new video. My name is Benita. Bye for now.